I got to say this before Dave go first.
What does shot mean?
Bro, when my man Dave, hey, hold on. Because y'all got to hear this real quick. Bro, why the hell, every time you start going in, bro, your fucking 50 cat line.
Don't come for me like they came from Ray J when he had the haircut.
Starring Timothy Ron, Cool Cat, Brittany Carter, David Ellerby, that boy Izzy, Tim Joyner. The pen is mightier than the motherfucking sword.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Great Apes Cafe. I hope that you like, subscribe, share. Hope that you actually leave a comment so we can reply back. I have a tremendous team. Shout out to my homeboy TK who couldn't be on the episode, unfortunately. I don't know if he had to have a bathroom trip and handle business in there. But when you see this episode, I hope that you hit me up, Bosa. Now, with all that said,
Tim will be making apologies tomorrow.
I want to start off this episode by everybody introducing themselves. I have been drinking, but I'm not quite intoxicated. And I'm going to start this off with my sis, Queen Brittany.
Peace, y'all. Y'all know who it is. Queen Brittany coming to you in the third and fifth dimension.
On fifth.
On live.
I like that. Fourth dimension is time. What's fifth? Right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Spiritual.
Sorry.
It's your boy Dave, the sober one on this podcast right now.
Lies.
Go ahead. Introduce yourself, bro.
No, introduce yourself.
Everybody already know.
No. I want to hear how you introduce. Come on, man.
Okay, I got you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Timothy Raw, a.k.a. No Bandana Timothy, a.k.a. Tim Tom Bomb. And, that's just what it is. I'm, one of the realest motherfuckers alive. That's how I feel. And if you don't know, well, now you know, nigga. And that's alcohol. Look, don't be trying to attack me. I ain't apologizing no more. Now, the last episode before
promos,
that,
like my man had the crowd participation. My man was out here like goddamn. Yes.
Like what? You already know, man. It's your boy Akon. We out here like. So for the second night, it's TMI. I do a lot of things, and I'm not gonna go through them, but just like I do a lot of things, like a lot. I can't keep saying that.
Activist, y'all.
All right, can we stop that bullshit? I'm not an activist. That shit's so corny. I'm just a dude that do shit because people don't do shit. That's not an activist. That's a person that does shit because people don't do shit.
But you doing shit.
Find a word for that. People that do shit because people don't do shit. And
Actionary.
That's
alive? Like
Black
all right, no.
superhero.
All right, let's go. Most Def said it. Stop with the nonsense. Like he conscious. I'm just awake, dog. I'm doing great, dog. That was from that. Like facts. I kind of go by that. Like stop with this activist bullshit because that shit's weird. I'm not getting paid. It's just corny. Like motherfucker. No, I know y'all.
I know he say it's corny, but like
no.
I
say it's corny.
know who actually doing something.
No, I say it's corny because it's like
few niggas. I ain't gonna say no.
People see me and they can't talk about shit else. They be like, "Hey Tim, like I'm gonna come to a protest." Nigga, just say hey.
I see what you're saying.
Can't nobody be like,
I feel you.
Can't nobody be like, yo, Tim, like, damn, that song crazy. They see me, they be like, bro, I'm about to beat a white person up. Good, do it. But like, don't talk to me about it. Damn. Like, so can we stop that? Like, my name is Tim Joyner.
I feel your pain, okay.
I wasn't born here. I moved here. I stay here. I do a lot of shit. They call it an activist. I don't know what the fuck that means. I just did it because that shit was something to do. It's easy to do. Just get out of your house. I'm over that shit.
Get off your couch
let's
with
stop
Netflix
that.
and chilling.
I'm over it. Like, let's stop. And I also do poetry and I write and I'm also a
artist.
I also am one of the founders of Mike's Wide Open, which is the longest running arts collective in Wilmington. We have been throwing poetry slams. We have been throwing open mics. We are not the most, we have been funded primarily by us. We are not sponsored. We are grassroots. We are founded by minorities. And by that, we mean everybody not white. And we mean everybody not straight. And we mean everybody not male. So with that, we really out here.
Real.
We've been out here since 2000 and insert year here. And I want to say it's around like 5 or 6. We don't have to go through the history. We did that last podcast.
Sure did.
We were here before everybody. I'm not going to do this again. Shout out to Coast 97. They finally started, hitting us up.
About time.
Later down the road.
The fuck?
We, for a minute they were relying on out of town. Everybody, I get it, but like we still fire here. I keep telling y'all, like, everybody's always like, what's there to do here? What y'all making?
Somebody out here touching the garbage disposal.
So like, damn, that was crazy. I thought that was a martini. I was like,
get
it. Like, what we drinking?
That shit fucked up my whole vibe.
It did sound like a blender. It did. I was like, what are they fixing?
I moved to Wilmington in 2004. I moved here to go to school. I'm not from here. Contrary to popular belief, I'm not from here. I just, shit. You do stuff.
So where you from?
I'm from Greenville, North Carolina, 2 hours north.
Okay. Home of East Carolina University. Okay. Shout out to them Pirates.
I love that for them. And good for them. And they was behind my house. Shout out to Greenville. I moved because it won't shit there. And I was not going to thrive there. And I would have died there. So I'm in Wilmington. What's crazy about Wilmington is I've been here so long. People think I'm from Wilmington. So they really think I was born here and went to high school here. And I'm drunk. So with that, you said we know it. Yeah. You I don't know who invited me, but like I'm here. So
he's always invited. He ain't got to. You don't need. He just knock. Who's knocking?
He told me outside that y'all ain't know I was coming.
What?
Well, I had a. That's only 25%
cool.
right.
No,
the 75% was he texted everybody in the group saying that your ass was coming.
Okay, cool.
Yo, that's what I was about to say.
We got the Mike's Wide Open is the only group of poets.
I didn't add him to the
from the jump. We not just do poetry, we actually live it. So it's a difference in just writing poetry and actually when you live in it. A lot of rappers talk about when you actually, I do this, like poets, we write what we do. A lot of times I can't write because we still doing it. So like, that's what Mike's Wide Open is about.
And I must say, I must interrupt to say that you need to go out and check them out. I'm going to tell you something. All the people who's coming out, getting on that stage, rocking with poetry, telling it like it is, telling their truth. Even people who knew, I don't care if
or
they
telling their lies, like it's poetry. Like poetry, do your thing, fire. Like lie. We don't know.
It's one of the realest shit. I ain't gonna lie. It's definitely on some death shit. I fucks with it.
It's a vibe.
Especially when you got shout out to I got my sister in the audience. She's taking out AK-47s with words and shit and just over there. You know what I mean? Words, you know what I mean? Like killing people.
No, she went to the trunk. She went straight to the trunk. She said, "Be right back."
This is my first time. Sinead, oh my goodness. I'm a little bit nervous.
What she said like Erykah Badu say?
Boom. Okay. My sis did a good job too. She came over there, you know what I mean? Confidence. Oh, I'm nervous too. Confidence, like the biggest lion.
The lies they told.
Biggest lion too. You know, like the biggest lion, not liar. You know?
Every poet
you don't
wants
even
to expose
know,
themselves.
right?
So
but let me tell.
Even if you're confident, even if you're not confident, you have a want to expose yourself. Every poet, in a way, it's an exhibitionist because we want to put ourselves.
You want to get it out,
even if we don't think we do. We want
right.
to.
You do. You do want to get it out,
even though that like, oh, it's so dense. It's about us. Anything we write, we'd be like, I was just thinking it's about us.
No, it's always
because
personal
we want to get out there. So
when I'm on the stage, I'm the biggest narcissist. Everything gonna be about me if I'm on the microphone.
Why that word so overused?
In this case, it is.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Just in life, my God.
I mean, because I know some real life narcissists. I
didn't agree with me. That's a narcissist.
Yeah, no, that ain't a narcissist, but you know some narcissists. But yeah,
I'm joking. I'm sorry.
It's a great sadness.
Izzy, Izzy.
What?
Oh yeah, y'all gotta introduce ourselves.
Oh my! I mean, y'all listen. I was letting y'all go on tangent.
Podcast went left.
Anyway,
I wasn't into. Yeah, he had to think about it. This alcohol.
It's all good. Anyway, it's your boy Is. You know what it is, aka Slim Jimmy, aka the arm over the shoulder, aka hit my man's in the mouth all the time. Because, you know what I'm saying? We about going through pain and suffering. Anyway,
niggas got better AKAs than I do.
Yeah, we sure do.
Arm over the shoulder.
What I say?
With the 9 on it. You know what I mean? Like, what up, Bobo? Let me get that.
Another 2/3 core member of Mike's Wide Open. Goddamn, I don't know. I've been.
Who else we missing? Ain't it Adams?
It's actually 20 members of Mike's
20 members. Damn, I just want something new. They heavy like Wu-Tang in his mug. Shut your mouth. 20? Good gosh.
We got members scattered.
And I thought Barbarian Clique was deep. That got us beat, boy. Good God.
No, it's a lot of members.
Not all poets. It's just artists. You know,
I vibe with
hosts is people. So Izzy, keep going, bro.
But no, anyway, like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like we done told this story before. I felt a little bit deja vu. But anyway, like, no, just been a member of My Spot Open for a minute now. Now one of like, I guess the young
the main member of sorts.
But that, I mean, for me, it was never really like a thing about design. It was just like, I'm just throwing myself out there. Like, I'm just, putting myself out there so that way I can, like he said, like, expose yourself, like, put yourself out there. But also, too, like, it's just, when you care about something, like, you'll do what you can, like, to push all into it. And so, I don't know. Specifically, like, with the shows that we have going on now, like, I just was tired of sitting at home. I was like, if I am, other people are, so let's get some folk out there and let's do something about it. And then it just turned out so small. And now, as some of y'all, like, y'all were at the last show, y'all see how it was jumping, you know what I mean?
That shit was lit.
And that's how, like, that's how it's supposed to be.
That energy was there. I apologize for not recording, making sure that I want to be at every episode.
It wasn't recorded?
I want to be at every. It was a live stream.
It's okay.
I want to be at every one.
Like,
I mean, it's the energy. Like,
yeah, you can still
like,
see it.
I want artists to see themselves. You know what I mean?
Where to see it at, by the way?
It's
It's on our page.
yeah,
It's on the Great Apes
Great Apes Cafe.
I want
on
everybody to have a
YouTube.
chance to see themselves.
Part 1, Part 2.
Go ahead, Kev. Go ahead. Get
See, the danger is. Go ahead, Kev. Introduce
Kev.
yourself. Damn.
Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Hold on.
I'm sorry if y'all I keep laughing over here because of Barbarian. Seriously,
This nigga been
like
drinking.
he is really acting up over there on the chair. I can't even stop. I'm sorry, Kev. Bruh.
With that pinky out.
Our producer got a cup about the size
First
of this
of all, ain't
palm
even a
of bottle
cup.
drinking
That's
out.
a pickle jar.
No, make
She didn't have a pickle jar full of alcohol. That's some ghetto shit.
He is drinking
Good
straight
gosh.
Everclear in that thing, turning red.
Anything
Like a tomato.
Like a tomato
Oh, high
over there.
yellow ass.
Are you talking about me?
Go ahead, introduce yourself, bro. We
Go
got
ahead,
it.
man.
They call me KEVINHANSLEY.
Hey.
That's the other shit, but your boy cool, Kev.
Not the Ush.
Cool Kev is a fucking genius.
Yes, he is.
Yo,
You better not fucking
producer
forget
is
it.
on. Yeah, my producer on one. But I must
Not the
say,
gang signs.
I must say that what y'all doing is absolutely like one of the realest shit I've seen in Wilmington. And I feel like I'm not attacking any artists in Wilmington, but I feel like what y'all doing is so positive and it's a movement in itself. It's a collective, and I hope that y'all keep doing what y'all doing.
This guy was like, yo, bro, I drove 4 hours away,
Facts.
man.
Look at the love there, bro.
He was like,
the
yo,
love, the
we don't have
respect.
anything like that out our area, bro. I was
4
like,
hours for a poetry jam, and then
Hey, look,
and
that's
I ain't saying it like
phenomenal.
that. It's not corny. That shit was real. Like
I
that
was
was
like,
real.
I was like, bro.
That's because of
That's
the need for it or the want for it. I can't remember how many years has Nikki and them been coming down. The poets stuff been coming down from the like.
Shout out to y'all. What's her name?
Shout out to Nikki. Shout out to like all the poets that she be bringing down from Cherry Point and like Jacksonville. Here's the thing: a lot of them dudes and a lot of them people be service members too. Like, let's keep it a band. A lot of them, like one of the poets, she was in the Marine Corps before, and then recently retired.
Mm-hmm.
But while she was still in, her and like her friends and stuff were still all coming down to like go to our shows and stuff. Mind you, I still to this day, I don't know why I didn't think to ask. Couldn't figure out how they found out about the show for them to like make that long ass trip from like as far out as Cherry Point, up near Havelock.
That's just,
You know what I mean? Like that's
3
3-hour drive.
That speaks volumes about what y'all got going on.
Fast.
Easy.
When I had people come for the podcast 4 hours away, I'll be like, damn, the level of respect. Like, damn, how do I pay that back?
It's like
It's admirable. You know what I mean? It's real. Like,
We pay it back.
but think about it. Like, this is what you got to be worried about. Pretend gestures of admiration to hidden agendas, right? I always say that. Yeah, everybody know I love to go by that. I don't feel no hidden agenda fucking with my nigga Izzy and who that be, that boy TMI. You know what I mean? Like, they actually leaders in they lane. That's why I be like, look, I don't want to do no poetry. Maybe not yet, in the future. But like they real. Like ain't no pretend, ain't no fakeness about it. They go up there unapologetically being real. Like, that's what I love. We need that more in this community.
First time I'm going to y'all stuff. Because, see, I'm from Wilmington, so I've been to the Poetry Jazz. I'm a Wilmingtonian. I'm born, bred here. So I know what y'all talking about. You ain't got to tell me. You start something here, whether it be whatever, somebody else does it. And because they're popular amongst the community, it gives them the origination. And I can speak this because, let me tell you something. Anybody that want to come for me, you already know I was born, bred with you, with the church with you.
You know who you are.
So you know who you are, and I'm not being on no saucy shit, so don't try it. Whatever flex you got going with them, I'll shut that shit down. But I'm going to go ahead and tell you now. Number one, I felt welcome when I walked in there. I didn't feel like y'all was just on some cliquey shit with your collective. Because like I call it a collective because like I said, y'all got artists and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know a man from a can of paint. I've seen you in a lot of stuff. But for y'all to invite my wife up there, like, hey, look, listen, if y'all want, and Queen Brittany, y'all said if y'all want to do it, and they just was sitting there like, yeah, you know what? My wife been doing this.
But your wife did bring out an AK-47.
No, listen, hold on. My wife been doing this for 20 plus years. And I
With
know
words.
people that do those other events.
Yeah.
And I've told them about my wife, gave them her poetry, and never got a fucking response, not one time.
I don't give a fuck.
But when you said if you just want to do it, come up and do it, it gave her the confidence to go ahead and run up there and go deep into within herself and say something.
Yeah.
Brittany, same thing. And because of the environment that y'all provided afterwards, she is more confident to come back and do it again.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's all y'all.
That speaks volumes to the energy.
Absolutely.
We all, like me and Brittany, we hitting that energy thing.
Yeah,
that speaks volumes to the energy that y'all are providing in the atmosphere.
Let me tell you, I had from like 8 years old, I was writing poetry. And from 8 all the way up until like 16, I had so many poems, like a book of poems and stories. I even wrote a book. But like I started going through some traumatic things. So I just want to say that was literally, and I performed that poem first at Legion Stadium. And not to knock, what was going on, but you really couldn't hear it clear. The sound system was off a little bit.
Poetry,
and I still,
poetry is one of those things that with dealing with like how to market and how to like put poetry out there, it is not something that everybody can do because it's not something that everyone understands in terms of how it is supposed to be disseminated, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, to masses, but
utilize.
Right. So coming on the stage there, that was like euphoric.
I'm happy. I ain't gonna lie.
And I'm not gonna lie, it did not happen how I had planned it. You know what I'm saying? In my mind, because I was extremely nervous, right? But like immediately after leaving off the stage, I was like, yeah, I'll be back next month. You know what I'm saying? Like I know I am now ready to do something that I've always loved to do my whole life. And it's been like literally laying dormant in me for years. Right. So just to have that opportunity to really express my true story, and through my words, through my spoken word, it was.
Bro, you gotta keep doing the poetry.
So phenomenal, yeah. I appreciate
Facts.
y'all.
Hold on. Can we say it's not just a poetry thing? It's also just a artist thing,
right?
Because you have to remember, since 2011, 12, we done had artists. It's not just poets.
True.
People done sang. People have done plays,
comedy.
There's
skits.
There's been so much variety of people that will never show love back. That it started where they started at, and that's
a great
fine.
sadness,
right.
And that's cool. But just understand, we were there, and every musician or every famous person, they remember that first dive bar they started getting famous in. Mike's Wide Open is that venue, and I think that looking at it that way, instead of being like we should be bigger, it's so much.
It's just humbling though. Like it's a humbling experience.
It's
and
healthy.
I love the fact that y'all had selected an artist to give them the name. Shout out to Alphabet, if I'm
Hey, I almost
that was. I was like, first of all, that shit sound fire. I feel like it was a hidden double, maybe triple entendre to the name.
So
I fucks with it.
A lot of okay, so this is like if you're a wrestling fan, then you'll get it. But this is like pulling the wall back on kayfabe. But like that is something, because I actually talked with one of the poets that performed that night, and they were like, is this something that like happens to poetry? And I was like, I don't know. Like I don't fucking know if we do it here. I don't know if they do it anywhere else, because it was something that, as my spot open is per culture, like it's something that even pre-exists me. The fact of like giving an artist their name, or having the honor of being in the moment with that artist where they have come to that point with their writing or their expression where they're like, you know what, I am now a part of this, you know what I'm saying? So therefore I need to, give myself that moniker or that sense of, power, that confidence, you know what I'm saying? Right. Whether it's, their real name or something they made up or whatever, you know what I mean? And so
they don't really give it. They like accept it. And it's not even no arrogant shit. Like it's just really like, excuse my language.
No, freedom of speech, motherfucker. Yeah. Until we get monetized, but right now, fucking freedom of speech.
What I freestyle? We get demonetized tonight.
I said until we ain't monetized yet, so we fucking.
A lot of times, like
don't let nobody change us, bro.
We definitely like a lot of people have accepted names, so it's like something. Because I guess, I don't know if it's different in other forms of art or whatnot, but in poetry, like most people don't come in with a pseudonym or a nom de plume or a fake name or whatever you want.
I think it's very important to have a name, though. Like,
especially if they're nervous. Name, like, think about it this way. If you have been so now I'm going to say this. If you felt insignificant all your life, the fact that you can go up there and use your real name, and you can get the cheers that you've wanted,
facts.
You're no longer insignificant. So even if they use their real name and they just say, my name is Jonathan Aaron Johnson. When they go up there, they may be Jonathan Aaron Johnson to nobody else. But when they go up there, we're like, that is Jonathan Aaron Johnson.
Right.
And so like a name is just, it's like one white person in here. So like,
shout out to my white people.
Black people understand a name. We know that a name is important. We know that what we name ourselves is important. Mm-hmm. We know that what we accept as a name for ourselves is important.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody calls us a name we don't want, we react. Mm-hmm. So when the poets come in, when we give them a name, that's a tradition. That's a folk. That's a community.
Right.
That's something we're giving you, and it's not because we think that we know you better than you. It's just something that popped up when Izzy came up with that name for the last poet. He came. That was all.
Did you see how he reacted when y'all actually gave him the name? Y'all didn't even. The end that I got from this man was happiness. Like he was enlightened. He felt like he was a part of a team. Y'all made his motherfucking night. Y'all don't even know it.
Yeah, y'all made him feel like he mattered.
Right.
Because you see, the way y'all gotta look at it, y'all might not look at it this way because y'all the OGs of that poetry thing. By y'all coming up there and accepting him and what he said. By y'all giving him a name and all that, just like I said, giving somebody a name. Your fathers give their sons the name, being a junior, all that. But just giving him his name, y'all gave him the batteries in his back that his poetry mattered to someone other than just him. Just like you said, so your poetry book, you want people to say that it matters. Mm-hmm. You don't just want to throw it out there and say, oh, this is just my poetry.
Right.
Who fucking cares but me? But when somebody else says they care, you really...
So how that all transpired, which as... a lot of things within the art form kind of naturally do. Like when you're talking about things that happen in the moment. It was one of the things where he came up to me, tapped me on the shoulder. He was like, hey, I want to perform. And I was like, all right, cool. What do you want me to announce you as? And then I'm not going to say it's government, you know what I'm saying? We call him Alphabet now, you feel me? But he, gave me his name and I was like, all right. And then he kind of hesitated for a minute and he was like, yeah, you know what? I want to go by that. I was like, all right, cool. That's what I'm going to announce you as. So once he got up on stage and then once he started like going into his piece, it was just the fact of like that this man questioned his name, or he questioned like the acceptance of like him getting up on that stage and doing what he was going to do. And so because, the ritual of giving someone their name hasn't happened since we gave Wolf 100 his name.
100. Wolf 100.
Yeah, Wolf 100. Shout out to you. He's another poet in the community. But anyway, that was like 4 years ago, as a matter of fact, damn near. It was just one of those things, like I said, it just true poet. Yeah, true. Okay, shout. Anyway, so it just, yeah, you're right, actually. It was one of those things where it just naturally came to me. I was like, we haven't done this in a minute, and this man, like, I felt like he just needed something like to be like, okay, I'm here.
Right.
And I really just behind the scenes like went to him and then Fifth, and I was like, I just real quick in the moment was like, yo, he needs a name.
Y'all vindicated him.
I came up with my poetry name at an open mic. So I was like at an open mic at the first Bottega. There's been 3. So yeah, 3, right?
Yeah.
So they're out 3 like
different locations.
Okay. So like, we started at the first location. It was in different ownership and whatnot. I had a whole different name. It came from a Joe Budden song. It was Popular Stranger.
Okay.
So then one night, I just figured, I don't know if I'm going to perform or not. So I just put a different name. And it was kind of something I didn't think of, but at the moment, that was the night that I actually did better than I had ever done any open mic or slam. So those things, for me, that really held the not superstition, but the belief that a name means more than just you're giving yourself a name.
Right.
You're evolving to where you're comfortable enough to say, this is where I am. So now I am not just me. I am, as I say, the vessel. You know, Izzy has gone through so many iterations of his name.
Even the artistry. I've known Izzy. Let me interject. Izzy go back middle school. Like Izzy loved it, poetry even back then. But like to see the dramatic difference of like just somebody growing and evolving, getting better at their craft, honing their craft. It's like it's the difference between seeing like, for all you anime heads, Dragon Ball Goku to Dragon Ball Super Ultra Instinct. Damn, that's a big difference. Like this man is
what?
For those who older, he always gonna go back to anime. You know what I'm saying? Every single time he gonna go back to anime.
It's like Super Saiyan. You know Dragon Ball Z.
I
Super
want to
Saiyan.
also say this though. So like
about y'all.
Yeah, I know it catch you off guard, right? I know. So like, I seen somebody come in with this man's name on a shirt. You know what I mean? Like, it was like that. Like that was like something different. You know what I mean? That was like a little bit more bigger than what you normally see. Like,
just like you said,
they had one of his quotes. Something that he said on a shirt. It was like,
yeah, that's big.
Not only is the name getting to somebody, it's like the words
of
touching somebody, and then they
on my own.
Shit. Like I'm about to put that shit on the shirt.
Yeah. Shout out to Anissa, the Cool Kids Club, her, Brittany, Zahara, Andrew, Sparks,
Carter,
Izzy, Tim, Carter, Najee, P. Grant, Psycha.
Okay.
Why that name so like motherfucking True Poet. Oh my God. Everybody. So like, I'm so sorry. That was like a lot, but we gotta shout them out because Mike's Wide Open is like, when you come in, it's easy to become part of the family.
Yeah.
That's just how it goes.
I'm proud to just even be associated with filming, y'all. Like that whole situation with poetry, man, and just artistry. Right like, Izzy, first of all, he beats up himself. I can tell sometimes.'d be like, man, did I do a good job?
Good.
I don't know, man. I got these cheeseburgers, man. And I'm like,
wow.
I got no cheeseburger.
He didn't say that, y'all. I had to go to I'm fuck with them.
I got these poems.
I'm just seeing if they was paying attention. That's all. But what I'm getting at is my homeboy is a master of the ceremony. And he really have crowd control. I just had to fuck with him a little bit. I had to fuck with y'all.
You took a dick, bro. Hanging out.
I had to fuck my nigga. But I'm proud. I'm so proud of the development. I'm so proud of the growth.
Man.
And just seeing kings living their light. You know?
None of this shit, cheeseburgers and all.
Kings living their light.
I make sure they listening. You know what I mean?
Happy Pride Month is kings living in their light. Cheeseburgers, like, listen, man, like.
Shut your ass. That is a bad combination.
Mike's Wide Open is the only minority, non-white, non-straight, like, organization that was in Wilmington. So that takes a lot. And I know it seems like, oh, you're just saying it, but it takes a lot to say because a lot of
nuances.
There's a lot of things in that simple statement that people disagree with on each way. So we have to make that certain and known. When you come in there, you're not coming in there on no bullshit. That's what we was talking about earlier. You can get beat up. Like you can, know, poets.
On record, I almost had to duff somebody before the show.
Just two
Sunday.
Yeah, it was really nasty.
I ain't gonna lie.
No, this is
almost.
Sunday, we were outside at a private event. Poetry creates the most beef out of nowhere.
Listen, poetry beef.
Wait, what's y'all about to fight somebody over some parking spot or some shit?
Wait a minute. There's really poetry beef.
I
am intrigued. Let's go. Say nothing else, Tim. I want to hear this. Come on, please go with this.
Take it. Go right in.
Poetry beef is where, so poetry you have to go back to the history of poetry. There were a few people here that set the standard, set the foundation. Some of those people have gone on to just come corny as fuck.
And you know who you are.
And like, no, if you don't, their names. I'm just fucking.
Yeah, no.
We shout them out. If you look at the last, Mike's Wide Open event, it was live stream. We shout them out as originators, as OGs of the scene. I will show you respect, but you still can be corny at the same time. So, like, Poetry Beef is where they start taking things a lot more personally.
A little bit
sensitive.
No. Because remember, we're poets. Sensitive is a part of the job.
That's
so, like, it's not sensitive. It's
a misconception.
Nope. It's just bullshit. Like, there is no analysis.
I love this brother here.
We are
He's telling the truth.
We are emo dudes and women and in-betweens and non-binaries and everyone else that just emote on stage. We are the foundation for all music and all art, but they just don't like to say it. But like, it comes down to a pure emotion. It is not sensitivity. It is just ego.
Right.
It's always ego, though.
So
right.
Watch the ego. I don't know if maybe Mike's Wide Open should have more ego and we would be different places.
Listen.
But I will say that Mike's Wide Open is just about having you tell us this. Because when you were saying that, I was
right.
That's good.
You tear your damn arm up, boy.
Eating it. About to like hit him. Go later to his house. You hear that? Like
that night, how many new people stepped up that night? Because it was a
lot of people.
It had to have been about at least 7 to 8 people that were new.
Like, and let me throw some more.
A sober venue. No alcohol.
Right. You're right, because I was in line for alcohol, and then I got to the front. And,
no alcohol.
I was like,
it can be done.
All
no
I can
alcohol.
get is coffee.
It can
coffee, tea, sodas, snacks.
Yeah. I want to throw a little more sugar on top of that, just because I said from the age of 16, I'm 36 now. So that was literally like 20 years dormant. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then the most friends. So and to even flip on what Kev was saying, like I this is my first time officially meeting you, right? But I've been hearing so many stories from personal people, extended people for 2 years. You know what I'm saying? For 2 years of doing business in Wilmington, I've heard of this guy. You know what I'm saying? Tim Joyner, this open mic, this, and then teaming up with Tim. You know what I'm saying? How everything happens is just so... Well, we're calling him TMI.
Right.
I'm talking about my brother. You know what I'm saying? And I say that with pride. Speaking of my brother Tim, you know what I'm saying? It's just divine how things, connect and people connect the way they do.
Just talk about that.
That's how you got to know that what you're doing is on the fifth dimension. Like, this is not third dimension type of work that you're doing. Like, this is seriously in the spiritual realm for anybody's understanding of what that is.
To go to ECU in 2003 and see Def Poetry Jam at ECU and the stadium, and then say, I'm going to do this I'm going to do this. And then to move from Greenville to here and now to have a poetry scene that where people feel comfortable starting new open mics and new venues. And I'm not saying that with any disrespect. I want to say this with the utmost respect. We are the longest, meaning we are the oldest, meaning everyone that came, you've been at our show. You've sang, you've done poetry, you've been at our show. The blueprint was there, and it's okay because poetry and art and expression is free. Sometimes we put out love and we don't get that back, but you understand that poetry sometimes has to talk about unrequited love. It has to talk about love you're not going to get back, because we have to understand that is what fuels you to continue to search for the love that you can get back.
Right.
So when we are out here and we can have a show like last time, or we can have a show like the time before that with 4 people.
Right.
And it can still be a show.
Right.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I actually I don't really do poetry like that. But I feel like one of my joints was a little poetic. But it was like, like near the end of the show.
What the fuck was that?
I'll get to you.
Near the end of the show, man, I had a little piece. it was kind of short. But I felt like I felt like I can go up there and do it because the vibe that I got. You know what I mean? It wasn't like I felt like off the vibe, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go up here. And
the vibe was fire. Like I ain't gonna lie, that's why
I was invited.
Like,
it was amazing.
Say, I went up there and did that shit, and I don't do poetry. Like my shit was kind of like one of my shits I had in the cut. But
the thing is about that. Like it's a lot of times situations where you don't get your love.
Real quick, man. Just so this is out there, because I know like this is also a hot button like topic of it, whether or not it's a cardinal rule or a sin, however you want to fucking view it. But poetry has no scheme, meaning that there's free form to it. I don't give a fuck if you don't rhyme in it at all, or if you're like, Mary had a
Most
little lamb.
Don't fucking
rhyme.
Hold
on. Let me.
It doesn't have to be long.
Like my boy.
It doesn't have to be long.
Let me
Number three.
Let me
interject
like
three times.
My famous words to my boy Tim. So like, I was talking to a dude at my job. I'm like, yo, I'm at my job today, right? You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, man, like, bruh. Like, yo, we do this little poetry thing too. Like, you know what I'm saying? We shooting it until we build bigger platforms, which is like on a business level, all of us. But I was like, at the end of the day, it's like I didn't really expect to go up there, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like I told my man, it's like I told him that poetry is more like poetry is different than rap. Like rap is like, I got these hoes or whatever, you know what I mean?
No, kill.
Not always.
No, look, listen. I know it sounds fucked up.
You need to go to an erotic poetry slam.
Oh, fat.
No, I know a lot of times I really need to go ahead and go to some places where they have
I'm trying
it.
to explain y'all.
Because they will say that.
I'm
Definitely.
just trying to tell y'all
They said some shit to him.
my point of view, though.
He don't know. I've been that one. I was like, oh my gosh, and what happened?
That's poetry?
I was just saying, though, like, at the end of the day, like, like, rappers talk about hoes, money, drugs. And I was telling them how poetry is more, like, soft-spoken. Like, people really...
I don't know.
Hold on.
I got to interject.
I know a poet around here. I don't want to mention his name because I'm going to respect.
I'm going to let y'all answer.
But that brother, he damn near a Black Panther on the stage ready to throw bullets out there.
Right. What you mean by so? Maybe he's just using his words wrong, y'all.
I didn't finish.
Okay.
It's soft-spoken, but it's also hard because, like, girl coming with the AK-47... You know what I mean? Like, I let people hear this at my job. It's like, I felt like I was more soft-spoken than the AK-47. You know what I mean? The AK-47 was somebody really spitting their feelings. And it was like, it was more in the feelings. And the feelings is more, it touches you more. Like, when you really hear another person express how they feel, it's like, man, you know what I mean? I don't know if it's me being a Cancer. Some signs are kind of arrogant.
Cancers.
But I was just like more like in the feeling like, damn, she really made me feel like I don't want no girl to ever feel like this about me. You know what I mean? Like the way that she led off, it was just like, wow, like.
Yeah, that poem was...
It was so fascinating to the point where it kind of was eye-opening. It's not only like educational, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's real motivational and it's real intriguing. Like when you hear some of this stuff that these people be saying, you be like, you know what I mean? I was kind of like, man, like I ain't know nobody can feel like this about a person. You know what I mean?
Facts. I ain't gonna lie. One thing about poetry, and just to add on what Kev said, I actually agree with what Kev said. 99%. One thing about poetry, it's vulnerable. Like it's the vulnerability. You're not hiding behind an instrument, even though you can have an instrument doing poetry. You're not hiding behind an instrument.
Yeah, it's not the instrument. It's words.
It's just telling like it is from the heart.
It's what the
which
words
is why
do.
I can't even go up there. Like
there's no backing track. That's the main thing.
I can't go up there and do a poem. I have a list.
When you go
I don't want to hear myself do a poem. I don't want to hear my own list.
I'm gonna let you
I can't do it. I can't do it.
You about that really quick.
My list. I'll be hearing myself.
I have a list.
But
here's
but you got the correctional. You got the vocab.
No, we have the same name.
Well.
You get them chill bumps whenever you win the poetry.
Yo, having a
you be
list
like
and having a
certain
speech
shit hit you be like,
that helps.
Yeah.
And also on top of that, you've got to let that go. You have to remember that words in different parts of the world are pronounced different.
Facts.
So even if you do have a lisp, you have a lisp.
When I hear it,
because I have one.
My
and so that's why I try not to say a lot of S words or try to avoid it.
We can't pronounce
we gotta chill on being like we have long tongues. AU.
Facts. But
also,
it is a problem.
Like,
definitely a problem.
But also, like in poetry, that can add.
But
to it.
that's my mental blocker. I'm still okay with I understand the problem, which means I can fix it. But I'm okay with staying in my lane. You know what I mean? Like,
I hate when he says that.
Some people want to actually.
I hate when he says
poetry
that.
is the beginning.
I don't feel. I don't know.
In the beginning was the word, and the word was God, and the word was with God.
Okay. Facts.
And we can quote every biblical or
that's
every
very true.
Every religious text.
When you put it in that context, then yeah, I agree.
Like it's easy to write a word down and say a hippity hop, a hippity hop, a hippity hip.
It's the frequency. It's the frequency that your words are putting off, right?
If you put me on the instrument, I feel like Thanos. I'm snapping. You put me with. You take the instrument away.
What?
You take the instrument away.
That's poetry without you knowing that.
Listen to you. You spitting poetry. But the moment you take the instrument away, I feel like I'm naked. Like I'm. No
that's
phone,
the beauty in it.
That's
no
what I'm talking about.
On.
That's the beauty in
it. Tim, you writing a poem right now.
Right.
Listen. What you
Thank you.
What you don't hear because it's in your. You don't hear because you're speaking it. But as we're listening to you, if you take that and segment that out, if DJ Barbarian cuts that into a little segment, and we just say that Tim spit a poem without context, what you just said was a whole poem.
Right.
The crazy
He's not gonna believe it.
You're not gonna believe it. You're not gonna believe it.
I agree with you. I only agree with what you just said.
Hold on,
50%.
Hold on,
you shining right now.
I got to say this before Dave go further.
What does shining mean?
Bro, my man Dave. Hey, hold on. Because y'all got to hear this real quick. Bro, why the hell every time you start going in, bro, your fucking 50 cat line.
Don't come for me like they came for Ray J when he had the hat thing. I just got a nervous thing. Okay.
Shut your ass.
Bro, my boy about to go in on you. He's got them right here.
We coming at the people. That's what we do now. This is Great Apes Cafe. Like, subscribe, share. Continue.
But check it out.
I knew you was about to snap on my shit.
This is what we do now. Come
I like
at the
something
people.
that y'all both said. No matter what the number of people in the crowd, y'all keep it going.
Facts.
A lot of those other events, and I'm not speaking bad on them. If they didn't do the numbers that they did when the event comes up and sell the amount of tickets that they sell, the event would not continue. What keeps that event continuing is the people showing up, and it's not the love of the art or the craft that's going on.
Oh, by the way, our events are free. We have been free since 20. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cuss. We have been free since 2011, 2012, since Bottega 1.
Not only that, you're free. It's free for the poets to come up and spit their shit.
This is no pay to play. You come up there, spit your shit, get off stage, get your accolades.
You said if somebody want to come sing, they can sing. If somebody want to rap, they can come rap. Y'all didn't put no stipulations on what it was. You just said, listen, this is art and this is what we're doing.
Just come as who you are.
And another thing, for a lot of y'all, he said he was talking about black. It was white. It was an old white guy there.
That man
OWG. OWG. Southport gang.
You were like
Southport.
Wait a
we see you.
My dog real. My man,
he's been pulling up for years. Him and his wife.
He had the realest.
Let me talk for y'all.
He had that realest setting.
My man OWG. I don't even know my man like that, but I can tell you every time he go up there, he give me a perspective from an older man's perspective, which always open my eyes and make me think as if like, damn, like this man really got, like, yo, I know.
This at all.
But you know the other element you missing?
You learn from certain people in life, but yo, you never know who you gonna learn from.
You know what I noticed with him? It's not even the age factor. Like, if you read his end, you understand he's actually happy who he is, regardless of who the fuck you are.
Man, I'm trying to tell y'all, this man
green, yellow, red, orange. Am I lying?
He just give you good
life.
shit.
Yeah. Life. That's what we need.
I'm gonna say what I saw. The blend that you saw in that building versus the blend that you see at other poetry events, they're gonna be very one lane. When I say that, if it's a black poetry event, a black major poetry event, it's gonna be nothing but black people. And they're going to be spitting black stuff. If you go to a white poetry event, it's going to be very white. But at your event, it is multicultural, multi.
Yeah.
The whole spectrum of the rainbow, all that.
It doesn't.
And nobody's judging anybody because I wasn't. Let me put it this way. I've been to those events where if you was white, like my man, he stepped up there, everybody's going to get drinks and he's going to have nobody out there. But instead, because of the type of event and the energy y'all put out, it made me want to sit because the way y'all was hyping him up before he went up there, I said, hold on, let me see what he got saying. When he started talking, I'm like, yo,
it's not even hype.
Let me tell you,
he don't need the hype. He
for somebody that's never been there. And then once you hear him and see,
let me tell y'all about this man.
It was like, yo, what the?
You know what I love about him? So like everybody was going on stage. I'm helping DJ Barbarian set up the cameras and all that. Okay. The one thing I loved about him is that he sat his stand on the floor. He was like, you know what? He told me, he said, I'm not going on the stage. I'm gonna perform right here. And he didn't go on the stage because he's an older guy. Like he's a way older guy than us.
I think he had some type of surgery.
Man,
but I must say
he had just had surgery.
But I don't even care about that. It's just the fact that he went and he did.
Dude, man.
He got his own mind state of where he's going at and where he's about to do. The man sat on the ground.
But he had the best setting though. Did you see that? Did you see the video?
Yes.
He had the green light like the
this
Matrix.
Man sat down.
He had the
off
best
of the
dopest setting
in front of the crowd.
Yeah.
Cool. He was real dedicated what he was doing, and I really respect that. And he didn't have to be on stage.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna give it. Ken Greenman on Facebook. Like you see that dude. He's in Onslow putting plays on. He popped up out of nowhere.
Brunswick.
Yeah.
Oh, that's better send him off to a whole nother county.
That's our dog. OWG.
I'm trying to figure out if you trying to get me to wrap this up. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm over here. My producer. So normally he give me like a little cue on when I need to wrap it up.
But this
and
is the cue.
That's the cue. But when he doing snapping, he killing me.
Like, it's the poetry, bro.
If you don't mind, I want to do something real quick because also like
freedom of speech.
The shows have been hosted by Izzy. Here's the thing: we've been hosting shows since 2011. I always tell Mike's Wide Open members, you're bigger than the show. Every show is not yours. But in situations, sometimes people adopt the shows as theirs and they make it their baby. And when they make it their baby, they invite people in. They take the time to make people feel welcome. They go out of their way.
I've seen a lot of invited people.
And with that, that's what Izzy did. Izzy did that because I was drunk one night and I was like, y'all ain't shit. And like, when I came to the house, I was like, everybody ain't shit. And on top of that, y'all ain't shit. And keep going, y'all ain't shit.
I believe that because the first time I met
Tim to do that type of shit.
The first time I met TMI, Joke trying to come after us. When I first met this nigga, it was in an argumentative state. So I believe what he just said.
So you just confirmed.
They was shook.
They
was shook as hell. I wish you had that video footage.
I wish I had that video. Hey, look, when I saw Israel, he got Israel. I'm like, yo, what the hell? This is my drink.
Don't have any more? There's alcohol here. Yo, everybody was real silent, but I shout out to Izzy because, like, even then, Izzy was introduced as this is somebody who's dope. You should meet him. So when he was presented to us as Mike's Wide Open, we took him in, and I want to shout out Carl Kennedy, who was also on Snowfall and also on a few shows.
Okay.
Black actor, black poet.
Oh, amazing.
He's from my hood. Greenville, we like, come on, 252. Fuck it. I don't even know. Pull me something good. And he literally took me to the side and said, Izzy, talk to him. And we took Izzy in that weekend. We met him that Friday. He was there that Saturday. And then by the next week, we were already having meetings and he was part of the crew. Izzy is the future of Mike's Wide Open. Mike's Wide Open has been around forever. So if Izzy is the future, this is a dynasty, and Izzy is the next one. So when y'all be like, "Oh, I heard Tim Joyner," that's because duh, I be everywhere. I know what I'm doing. The fuck,
Izzy is dope.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm happy to see the difference of development, and I was grateful to actually see a lot of artists go through a developmental stage, and to see Israel
you know how many people
you've
seen grow there?
Like the amount of growth, though, it's like it's the
had
difference
the
between
short hair.
I know
military, the fucking short hair,
the
with
military
with
cut,
the oversized fucking t-shirts,
the proper,
like insane, bro. The fit was just crazy.
No, nothing rugged. Military. He had the whole military cut going on.
Fresh off the base.
When Iz go there, he'd be like this. Look, he'd be like.
And and he was light skinned. So that made a world of difference because you had short hair and you was light skinned. We didn't get him into the I'll be sure shit he on right now. So like he on his 90-day shit right now. But
Iz really set the tone. Like Iz was in control of the energy in the building.
When there was a time where he would come in and
he'd charge up,
but he manifested this though.
He charged up before he go on stage.
He just got off. He just I think he just got out of the military or he was still in it and he was mad that he had to go back. You know what I mean?
Damn.
That happened a lot.
They drug you back.
He said he wanted to do. I don't even know if you remember this, Tim. I don't want to just talk about doing poetry. I really, really want to do poetry. And when he to see him say that, and then a few years later, I'm witnessing the development process. It's like, yo, I love seeing that. I love seeing prosperity.
Y'all love. You remember when Lil Wayne went from the clock is hot
from car 2 to car 3.
Now don't get me crazy, no dicky, no nothing. But
so you went from the cheap cover, the cheap Photoshop covers on there to stand in front of a Rolls Royce.
Izzy's first meeting when Mike's Wide Open, everybody got in a fight, and he just
I was just sitting there like,
and we just was like, fuck it, Mike's Wide Open is no more, and then we kept going, even though we was fighting, because that's what people do. So
it'll go back.
With this, we're not just gonna have shows at Morning Glory because yes, the sober environment has helped.
Shout out to Morning Glory.
But one of the reasons why we're not trying to stay locked in with one venue is because of just things that have happened in the past. But also too, we're trying to just be way more flexible. Mm-hmm. We have so much more to offer in terms of what we can bring for artists in the community and for artists that we're out of town and want to come in. You know what I'm saying? So
when you see us, you see poetry.
You see poetry. You know what I'm saying?
Where's the next show? It does get annoying sometimes because people be like, I'm going to show up. You don't have to lie to us. Just show up. Don't tell me no more. Just show up. I promise.
I ain't gonna lie. The dopest shit y'all did is switch it from Thursday to Friday. Bitch, I be trying to get off early. I ain't calling you bitch.
Well, we was actually Saturday.
I be trying to get off. I be trying to get off fucking early. It's Friday.
We used to have it every first and third Saturday at another venue. So the way we are now, we are at which Friday?
Every third Friday of the month.
Every third Friday, my favorite number 3. Every third Friday morning.
Okay.
House.
Numerology.
Address is 1412 Dawson Street.
1412 Dawson Street. Listen, we not
across
playing this a sober
Hillcrest
venue. When you come in there, the only thing you got to pay is pay attention.
Facts.
So just come on in there, get your dose, get you some crepes, get you a soda, and
get me some coffee,
a blueberry muffin.
I don't drink coffee, so it's
we get that coffee. We get that coffee.
We do get that coffee.
We do need to work on when we get our coffee because
I know last time we were here, we didn't get a chance to do it, but Mike's Wide Open. Once again, it's the longest running group in Wilmington. The longest running. Okay, that's longest running. That means that since 2011-12.
The thing I like about it is y'all do it so much that it gives people opportunity to get there. Because a lot of these other events are quarterly. Whenever the fuck we decide we're gonna do it,
right?
And
you only get protest once every month.
You only getting that
was random.
No, but I'm saying you only get 10 You only get 10 poets.
Yeah, and then it's a closed list. You gotta figure out.
You gotta fill out months in advance.
I've never seen the time. We had to close our list maybe once or twice, but we've never been like.
Y'all have you said y'all had a list. And he was like, anybody want to get up here and perform? And y'all went from.
I ain't gonna lie, man.
Boom.
Hey, look, I went up there. Like I told y'all, I went up there and I was not wanting to do some type of poetry, but
he asked me.
Oh my God! Shout out to Fifth Horseman, Adam Sparks. Listen, Adam Sparks and Tim Joyner. Adam Sparks and Tim Joyner, and people, people. So we put it together. Mike's Wide Open was put together, but Adam Sparks has been the reason that things like this continue. Adam Sparks, he can't be out like that because he's Jamaican.
Don't forget to shout out Tim, the owner of the Morning Glory, right?
I'm gonna shout Tim out.
That's his name, Tim too?
Yeah, Tim. Don't make us regret this.
Hey, Tim,
shout out to Morning Glory. Do not fuck us over, please.
Timmy Turner.
It's just a lot of
I would say this though. Let me interject, y'all. I'm actually happy that y'all even letting me or allowing me to even have my producer and everybody just videography and having my team come out and go on the stage and do poetry. That's real.
Continuing on like with what we were circling back to what we were talking about earlier about like us doing this, but us being the originators, but it's spreading like with
like
other people's
wildfire.
inspiration.
Oh, yeah.
But a lot of like what is going on, like what we're doing and everything is dang, I just lost my train of thought.
It'll go back.
It'll come back. I know, right?
Ladies and gentlemen,
give me a word. Give me a word real quick. Hold on.
Ideology.
No, what was you about to give me? Just one word. What you think you was about to say?
Tell too deep. Like why?
Because like, here's the thing, and I'm not being funny.
No,
a lot of times, people think, okay, so let's talk about this. Poetry is a lot of times improvisation.
Of course.
What you write is what you write, but a lot of times when you get on stage and when you get out in the field, it's different. Then, what Izzy was doing was every time you speak, it's a poem. Remember that, y'all. Y'all gotta remember every time you speak, it's a poem. Sometimes we fuck up. Give me a word. If he knows the ideology he was on, if he knows the like whatever thought he was on, maybe I can grab onto that. That's poetry. And I know that it sounds corny because I'm going to relate everything to poetry. Everything is going to relate back to poetry.
Right.
There's a way to make everything relative. Rap started, you gotta fucking write it down first. Any song starts because you gotta do what?
Write it down.
Write it down. Verse, hook, verse.
Again, I'm not gonna go back to the Bible. Any religious text, they wrote it down. Did you get that word yet?
Yeah, I got. Actually, no, I know.
There you go.
I got
Get
it
back
now.
to it.
So anyway, like going back to what
And
we
we brought
talking
him back
about.
to life.
Yeah, just like that. It be like that sometimes.
Right?
That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
But talking about
your peoples.
Talking like being humble, you know what I'm saying, and how that has helped us, even though it kind of has been to our detriment in terms of like shadowing, maybe like some of the other things that we've done. But the link up, the connection that we have with Great Apes, with the brand, with y'all, with everyone, is first of all like through direct action. Like me being active and going forth and being like, let me talk to these people, but also the fact of knowing that what we're doing needs posterity.
Right.
We've talked about this for a while pre-pandemic, you know what I'm saying, where we might get like photo shots like from the camera or someone like went live on their phone from our show. Cool, that's dope. Yeah, you're helping us. But in terms of like actual professional, like actual polished, clean
Shout
stuff.
out to my producer, DJ.
DJ Barbarian.
That I can't tell you like that has been a dream of ours for a long ass time. It's something that I promise you after every show we're like, nigga, why didn't we have a photographer? Or like why didn't
we did have, but
we did, but
he was
like
a bitch.
And you know who
don't
you
take
are.
that out the video.
And you know who you are.
Don't take that out the video.
I know you know who you
He was
are.
a bitch.
With that one.
Please don't.
If you look up the name, if you look up a candle, it's the top of a candle. Good look.
And you know who you are.
You tried.
Hello.
I heard about that situation.
Good morning.
I will say this though.
But yeah, man,
Top
it's
of a
just
candle.
My producer want me to wrap this up. I'm gonna try to do it like in 2 minutes.
I got some promos to throw out there.
Go ahead, throw some promos.
Man.
All right, so at the end of the last show, I put out what July's event is going to be like. I know some people might not watch the live stream. I'm gonna go ahead and get some more info put out about that. All right, so coming this July, it's not going to be just a regular open mic. Okay? We're actually going to do a slam. But this is not going to be no regular slam.
Hold on, what does slam consist of?
All right, so let's talk about slam.
Slam it!
Slam is competitive poetry competition. I'm not going to go into the long form. I'm just going to say you come out there, because I see it. You come out there, you write your poems, 3 minutes. 3 minutes, 10 seconds. That's that 10-second grace period. You come out there, you put your shit on. Okay, if you watch URL Battle Rap, you know they say 3 minutes. This is Battle Rap with 3 rounds, which you not battling anybody. You just talking to the crowd. It's easy to do, but it's also easy to fuck up. Do not come out there and fuck yourself up by going over. But if you do fuck yourself by going over, remember, it's not about the points, it's about the point you make.
And judges are picked at random from the audience and the crowd.
At random, and they got to say.
Yep, and they have a say. So there is no biasness. There's nothing coming from us. It is the participants in the crowd that are going to be the judges for you, the poets.
Which means that it makes it more fair.
And also, Mike's Wide Open members will be, you never know, Izzy might slam. It doesn't matter. He's slamming as a poet, not as a celebrity, not as anything. You slam against Izzy. Understand that we all slam.
Good luck.
And it's not good luck because remember, Mike's Wide Open.
I ain't gonna lie. Let me interject. No. Tim, I gotta catch. I ain't about to sit here and be a yes man. Fuck that. Let me interject real quick. My nigga, first of all, this man, I know I said 2 minutes. Okay. First of all, Izzy went through a transformation. I've seen it. He is no longer a regular human being. He went Super Saiyan. That's one. So and then that's Izzy, right?
Don't forget
TMI crazy too with the wordplay.
No, I'm really nice. Like, it's crazy. I'm nice, but
I
it's okay.
underestimated this nigga. It's until.
That's wild. Like,
I'm giving you motherfucking flowers. I've seen.
This is like Goku and Vegeta.
Facts. But you gotta say Goku and Vegeta. But that's not fair. You gotta say some shit like Goku. What's the other strong nigga?
Scott Hall, Kevin Nash. I'm just gonna go ahead and then.
No, that's anyway. What I'm getting at is
Shawn Michaels. This is my Triple H. Like,
okay, what I'm getting at,
What
I'm getting at is don't let being humble.
No, we're nice.
They being humble now. These niggas deadly.
We just don't rap because we don't have time to pay for studio time.
For the sake of being humble,
you talking about Byron too.
For the sake of being for the humanity of it, they being positive, right? I'm just gonna tell like it is. These motherfuckers is dangerous with the poetry. They I ain't gonna
not just with poetry. Like we just don't rap because we don't use backing tracks. Like we definitely
like I would need a backing track to help me out, and even then I don't even know. And I think
we all started out as rappers, and we realized that poetry offers you a little more expression. Shout out to rappers, y'all are our sons. We love y'all.
We love y'all. I hope that y'all be safe. I hope that you like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment.
All right,
tell me what you think.
SummerSlam. All right, real quick.
When is SummerSlam? I'm gonna let you end it.
SummerSlam is gonna be the third Friday in July. SummerSlam 22 is how we're marketing it. It's not gonna be your regular poetry
just
slam.
Know it's a slam. Okay? You don't know shit else about
slam. You don't know nothing else. Just know it's SummerSlam 22.
And you win money. Come get that bread.
Yes, there is gonna be cash payout
Lioness.
prizes. Yes.
Because we
it's going to be at Morning Glory Coffee House. Morning Glory Coffee House. 1412 Dawson Street, 7 p.m.
What date?
I don't know, man.
Third Friday.
I got you. Hold on.
The third Friday.
July 16th.
Butamade Gong. You already heard what he done say, man.
Yeah,
he said July 15th, man.
July 16th, 7 p.m.
Let me tell you something. Like, subscribe, share to the Great Apes Cafe.
Oh, it's 5 Fridays in July.
We love you. Be safe.
So the 26th. July 22nd. It'll be July 22nd because it's 5.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Because it's 5 Fridays in the month.
Where I was on Saturday.
It's
Sorry,
5.
I was going by the first and third Saturday.
Yeah, clear it up. July 22nd.
July 20th.
SummerSlam 22.
I can't remember that because my mother's birthday was July 20th. Shout out to everybody. I hope that y'all be safe. And I hope that you have appreciation.
It is the 15th.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
I hope y'all have
appreciation. It'll be the 15th.
It'll be the 15th.
For Great Apes Cafe, great appreciation.
We've been drinking, so a lot of these dates, it'll be, damn it, come next Friday, like next July and the third Friday.
No, because they're going to be banging on the door like, let me in, like, it's going to be closed and shit. No.
Be at the who?
15.
It'll be at the bottom.
Also, there's a studio. We are in a busy section. Morning Glory Coffee House. Say the address
one more time.
Morning Glory Coffee House, 1412 Dawson Street.
Park everywhere
park wherever
except the laundromat.
Do not park at the laundromat.
And we're not saying that just because, please. And I know this, I hate for this to be one of those things that is like a time capsule. So let's just say we always going to have shows. Just look up Mike's Wide Open, period. It doesn't matter what venue. It doesn't matter what person. Mike's Wide Open persists. We've been here. We the longest. I'm drunk, so I won't talk to this.
And I have the highest. I have the highest respect from both of my niggas to my left. Shout out to everybody. I hope that you have. I hope y'all be safe. This is great appreciation for people, entertainment, and success. I don't know.
Happy 4th of July.
Girl,
remember all of y'all. Don't forget. Don't forget. You enslaved all of us, and we are so happy that we are free. Because then we get to take all the jobs. We get to take all of the. It's a wonderful thing.
4th of July, my birthday on June. Hold on.
It's
June 20th.
He don't even know.
He's so much he does not know his own birthday.
I'm going. It's July.
June 28th, motherfucker.
Mike's Wide Open, third Friday.
Y'all know what it is.
Third Friday. You know what's going on.
Oh, boy said, oh, wait, it's my birthday. Wait.
Bring it clear like this is not acceptable. Like, this is horrible.